Disclaimer. We are not Critical Role or roleplay professionals, so please do temper your expectations. For this campaign, we are going to be attempting one of the hardest written campaigns known to Dungeons & Dragons. Tyranny of Dragons. The characters that we'll be playing in this campaign are as followed. The fallen Aasimar paladin, Lucille von Rondanor, played by myself, his adopted daughter, the feral child shifter barbarian, Alice von Rondanor, played by Ray, the vulture Araroka Holowon Dampiem monk, Mortis the Damned, played by Troll, and finally, the Dragonborn druid Trish, played by the captain. And as per usual, we have our favourite, bunny-obsessed, forever thespian DM, Andy Rue, to set the scene and carry us through this marvellous misadventure into the Forgotten Realms, as Lucille and co. fight to stop the Dragon Cult's plans.
Welcome to part 4 of Tyranny of Dragons. Okay, so continuing on from last week, the party, and that is consisting of Paladin.
Lucille von Rondanor. Oh, I don't have my character sheet.
Oh, that's a really good story.
Ooh, yeah. It's not a Frozen Neptunia video if I forget to have the most important thing open.
We got everything else ready, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Dice, books.
Okay then. Well, we'll be sorting out his character sheet as soon as, so I believe that. There we go. That one plus your spell sheet.
No, keep that in, that's funny.
Oh, okay.
Because with me, you're guaranteed unprofessionalism.
Can't be worse than me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a disaster squad.
Yep.
Right, okay, so consisting of, is it Lucille?
Lucille von Rondanor.
And
Mortis the Doomed.
Mortis the Doomed. And finally,
Alice von Randonner.
what they say.
Barbarian child.
Okie dokie. So, what does the party remember about last time?
Kobolds!
We're inciting a kobold rebellion. Because we are pure chaotic.
I remember Alice eating those chickens.
Yep.
And now she's hiding in a cart. And I crit 3 times last week with the kobolds. I swear I roll the most effective kobolds.
It's starting to dawn on me what happened in last week.
Because, yeah, this campaign's meant to be quite hard. And I think we just unintentionally broke it.
It's not the first time we broke it. We did break the Curse of Strahd.
Oh, yeah, we did. Though I wasn't around for most of that one.
Yeah, I think.
But that went pretty well. Went pretty well. So
Only recorded that one.
Wow.
How that ended was hysterical. Ambiguous ending, but I think people preferred the nicer ending. But
yeah. We were sent to kill a vampire, ended up ruling hell.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That is a good example of our group.
But to be fair, they went to level 20, so I guess that's justifiable. So okay then.
Oh yeah, I said Asmodeus looked like a thumb.
Thumb?
Yes. Remember when I was as Marcus, I said, "Hey, he looks like a thumb," because he's bald.
Oh.
And somehow didn't get killed.
And in the end, Macca's, we created the 10th circle of hell.
Dionysus's wine cellar.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah, let's carry on.
Right, Tyranny of Dragons.
Okay, happy about it. Okay, anyway, so then, continuing from last week, you guys have managed to gather a very small gathering of kobolds.
I believe we had 8.
Yeah, about 8 of them.
And we still have 8.
and which you managed to convince them to go against their human cultist companions. Well, I say companions, they pretty much tolerate one another.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're all under orders from the cult of the dragon.
Because we simply offered more food and more shinies.
But sort of continuing on the Tyranny of Dragons thread, just to very clarify, the party pretty much learned that this large raiding horde has been gone from village to town to town, just raiding, stealing treasures and items and possessions. And the party sort of learned that this is all in favour as a giant offering for the dragon queen that the dragon cult is obviously obsessed with. And so continuing on, what are you guys doing? Because last time you had a short combat encounter.
Where I did absolutely nothing but stand there and look cool.
I think we had a rest, didn't we?
Yeah.
After that, and the kobolds were munching on the cultists, and Mortis decided to join them.
Well,
Yes, he did.
He did.
Because he has to take that hunger for human flesh.
And that was where we ended there.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're still heading towards the camp now, aren't we?
We're not heading directly there. We were heading to a little, just an area overviewing the camp, so we can send the kobolds in first,
And get
and let them do their thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then swoop in, save the prisoner, and get out of Dodge.
Oh, the monk, wasn't it?
Yep.
Leosin something.
It is. I'll find the right page.
Leosin Brockleaf. There we go.
Was
Leosin Oh, there we go. There's a proper name. Leosin Lanthar.
I was close enough.
Lanthar.
I was close enough.
I knew it was Leosin anyway.
Leosin Lanthar.
So, yeah, we're going to go and go to somewhere overlooking the camp, and we're going to send the kobolds in to recruit more kobolds to the kobold cause, and for them to take down the destructive cultist leaders.
Well, no, just run.
Run amok, basically.
Yeah, run amok. Run amok and run about.
Okay, well, I'll say you guys find as close to a perfect vantage point as you possibly can find. There's obviously a huge wilderness, very hilly, and mountains at the distance. And you manage to see, this is, I might as well just sort of lay the map area of what the camp looks. Now, let me explain what this is. This area resembles almost quite craterous, which is formed by these very large 150-foot cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That kind of sort of sink as it goes towards the hollow here. There are three sort of levels within the cliffs. You've got the lower level, and you've got the second level, which kind of raises up quite slightly, and then level 3 is the top of the cliffs. So it's a large sort of hollow. The level 2 area is kind of shaped like a horseshoe, that kind of thing. But from what you can make out,
That's a really weird horseshoe.
yeah, well, it's going by the description of the.
People are going to be so confused listening to this.
Well, if they know.
Those with vivid imaginations, but
Well, those that know Tyranny Dragons.
Well,
Yeah, true.
from what you can see from the distance, you kind of make out there's a large mass of tents, which is what these circles represent. From what you can make out, that the tents that are within level 1 here are very ramshackle, very rough looking,
So there'll be the kobolds.
whereas the level 2 ones are more grand looking, more cleaner, and some of them are shaped like dragons and things like that. They're all decorated in that way. You notice over here are 2 watchtowers, and sort of overseeing, and so that's what your characters can generally
Which
see.
direction are we coming from?
Whichever area. Well, north is that way, so technically I think you guys will come down that way.
Yeah.
The pathway is here. That's like a little path that kind of enters.
Camp up round this way then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Just off to the side when.
Yeah, so we can watch them come in here. I'm gonna speak to the kobolds and say, I'm gonna literally point at these tents here, and ask kobolds.
Yeah.
And I assume we can see the tents up here, can we?
You can.
I'm gonna say, cultists. Cultists up there. You go and get your friends in the tents and in the watchtower, and go and get your food. Go and get your cultist food. Go on.
What
Feast.
Blue Seal's going to be doing is, just in case they don't quite understand Common, he is going to be relaying this in Draconic.
Oh, drill. You know, their mouths are really drooling.
Go have fun. Go get some meat. And we're literally going to set up here watching
You
what they're
basically
doing.
see 8 little red dots in the distance appearing. And basically they're kind of bumping into some of the kobolds and things like that. Now, what I'm going to be doing...
Oh no, please don't say you're going to be rolling Persuasion.
Well, this will be fun. Well,
Wait, remember,
if they're interacting with other kobolds, you know, they might get...
I gave them those coins, remember? The coins that we picked up on the way.
Yeah?
So they could use those as, like, evidence. Ooh, okay.
So, actually, that's not a bad idea. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do what we used to do with the... what we used to do during the 4th edition of D&D, get each player to make suggestions. Do you remember that? Like, we can get them to do this, we can get them to do that. Anything that might contribute to an action.
Okay.
So, for example, I'll just say, like, you guys are like the kobolds. So, you suggested using the coins.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Chinese,
that's one way to do it. So, what suggestion would you make to the kobolds? Oh, obviously, you suggested meat, I take it.
Yeah.
Meat.
Yeah? Is there anything you might suggest to the kobolds?
Don't say chickens.
Was I going to say chickens?
Kobold rule.
Kobold rule. Kobold rule. Kobold dragon. They know
Wait a
dragon.
minute. I've just kind of realised... What are we going to do with them after this?
We'll
I have an idea.
We'll come
I have
to
an
that
idea.
one. We'll burn that bridge when we come to it. We'll burn that bridge when we cross it.
We'll just burn the camp.
I was going metaphorically here.
I was going literally.
Okay, so once they've exhausted their usefulness, kill them. Got it.
Yeah.
I always thought
So
that was
yeah,
fun.
we're gonna get the kobolds to say that obviously they're dragons. We're dragons. They're not. We rule over them. They're meat for us, and if we kill them, we get their shinies as well, basically.
See, the best thing about kobolds, right, is that the players can just use them, kill them afterwards, and their alignment would never change.
Yes.
The beauty of kobolds, a party's first kill. Makes me fall
Or-
fuzzy.
Or, if it's my first time playing D&D, and this is one of the first campaigns I'm doing, my first death! Because...
I'll sign you up to my next campaign.
Yeah, but it was who was rolling the dice for the kobolds.
Yes!
Right. What I'm going to say is
So
that...
to be fair, I had like 8 health.
Okay then. What I'll do is that I'll get each of you to... You'll be rolled with advantage. Obviously, their charisma is -1. And... Because remember, it's, anything can happen at this point. Things may go to plan, things may not.
So advantage with -1.
So
Get
I'll
Get
make
ready
it-
the heroic
We're
die.
all rolling. Oh, we can't heroic, can we? Because it's kobolds.
Not with those, no.
I got a 12 on mine.
Ooh, interesting.
C
And you got 16.
R I T E. What does that spell?
Cripes.
Right.
No, that's how I spell it.
You got a crit.
Yes, I did.
Okay. This
I almost
will be
got-
interesting.
I almost got a crit with both doubles.
Nice.
That would
Okay.
have been cool.
It would have been hilarious if we all got a crit on that.
That would have been.
Okay. What I'm going to say is to the party: at what point do you think? Do you guys just want to simply see what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And or is there a moment where you guys would want to act in a way?
We're going to see what happens.
And we're
There's
also
a-
going to see
Okay.
if we can scout out where they're holding
Listen.
The monk.
Leosin,
Leosin.
the monkey.
Monkey.
Reject classes, return to
I
monk.
predict a riot.
So what happens is you see 8 little dots.
I didn't see them because I'm still
They go over here, and the kobolds sort of arrive there. I'm just going to make a very quick check about something. Hope you do not mind.
I named the kobold last time.
Okay.
I did, look.
Itsy bitsy teeny weeny polka dot beanie kini.
Did you forgot yellow?
What you talking
No, I didn't.
about?
It's a bit teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini.
So it's gonna.
I would have just named them after different characters from Attack on Titan, considering every character in that show is expendable.
So they.
I know. And I don't like Attack on Titan. That's going to get me shot.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just hear what the DM says about the kobolds.
Okay then. So I just need to check a very quick point.
Andy,
Hello.
I got a crit.
I know you got a
He's
crit,
got to shake things.
but I got to find out what the crit means.
Oh, that's never good.
It might not necessarily mean the way the player might intend it, but it's still a good result.
At least no one rolled a 1.
So,
So,
first of all, the 8 little red dots, they kind of sort of rush past the guards. They're like sort of human, sort of mercenary guards, and ones that you notice from the distance that some of the mercenaries try to take a kick to some of the kobolds. You know, you can see like the level of intolerance towards each other, and you know, kicks one of the kobolds sort of like holding its head, that kind of thing.
Wait a minute, I'm still in Dragon Cultist cosplay, so maybe I should have went in with them.
No.
So the 8 little dots kind of stop about here. They're kind of looking around for a while. What I'm going to say is the crit roll
Yes.
is going to grant some of the kobolds to make their way to the watchtower. They're going to the watchtower, which is run by kobolds. So the kobolds are rolling this one, human cultists are rolling that one. So they're going to that one. And whereas I'm going to say about 4 of them are making their way to this tower, the other 4 are kind of like divided and going to these tents.
I will say one quick thing.
Yep.
While all of this is going on, Lucille is actually preparing something.
What will he be
He's
preparing?
ripping up cloth
Yeah.
and wrapping it around his arrows.
Okay.
Splashing a little bit of alcohol on them. Flaming arrows in
Okay.
case we need them.
Rightio.
I'm watching like a hawk.
Or watching like a vulture.
I think it might be important for me to kind of elaborate more on what you guys are seeing, because obviously there's a lot of people and kobolds within this area, and Oh, especially in this area where it looks like Glastonbury Festival, you know. You get, they're not all some of them are like warrior types, some of them are like ordinary cultists, sort of singing, chanting prayers to the great dragon, that kind of thing. And you notice that there are some prisoners as well, some prisoners being forced to mine. Especially roughly around about this area.
Mm-hmm.
And but you notice that a lot there seems to be a lot of crowd sort of gathering around this section.
Let me guess, is there some big important tent there?
What time of day is this now?
Good question. Well, I'm going to say, what time of day would you like to turn up?
Early evening?
Yeah.
Okay then.
So it's getting dark. Just getting dark.
Talking of big important tents, there's a really massive tent there that looks all important, judging by not just the size of the tent, but also the decoration of the tent. It's the most elaborately decorated tent. And what could important, big, enormous tent possibly indicate?
A certain blue-scaled dragon, a half-dragon, I'm guessing.
Possibly.
I know where one of these arrows is going.
Right, so I'm going to carry on watching the kobolds. And we're going to watch to see what they do.
Yeah.
Okay then. Right. You notice that after a while, that there's more little dots, and they're kind of making their way towards this section of tents, just over here, the other side of the kobold level. And so, anything else that you guys would like to do?
I might actually take to the area and do some aerial recon to watch what they're doing.
Wait until it gets a little darker.
I'll wait until it gets a little bit darker, and then I will take to the air to watch what they're doing.
Okay then.
But I'll do it in a way like I'm circling like a proper vulture would.
Yeah.
And what Lucille's doing is using this time to take off the cultist attire and change back into his normal...
I still stay in there.
At this point, I've gotten you out. And so it's time for supper.
Yay!
Because we may as well eat before we take any action.
Right.
Chicken. Where are
At this point, you notice roughly, because I said there's approximately like 100 kobolds. I'm going to roll a d100.
Oh no. I'm sorry, headphone users.
Oh, I do apologise. I shouldn't roll this close, shouldn't I? Okay. I might re-roll if I don't think the number's sufficient enough. But
Like if you
this
get
is
a
just for Okay, 53's good. 53 kobolds decide to come out of their tents and meat over here. So there is now commotion happening within there and there. And so 53 kobolds making their way there.
So I'm going to go back and circle around up here, up this area, to see if there are any in the watchtower and any left over here.
Okay then. Right, as you do this, I'm going to have to ask you to make a charisma check, please. There's a reason for this. It's explained in the book.
Oh no.
It might feel strange, but there's a reason for it. I'm going to say... I'm going to give you an advantage. There's a reason for the advantage, because you're flying high.
I'm going to use my heroic dice on that.
Okay.
18.
Yep, all seems well. Okay then.
Heroically.
So you're just going to see what the kobolds are doing?
Yes.
Okay. Right then. You notice that the kobolds in the watchtower, they're kind of looking in the direction of this. And what you seem to notice is that they seem to be pulling down the flag of the Cult of the Dragon and about to replace it with something else. And you see what's being lifted is like red bloodied rags instead of the official Cult of the Dragon flag.
Okay.
And
That's going to attract some attention.
pretty much.
Okay.
When this happens, the rest of the kobolds are kind of like gathering a little bit here, wondering what the hell's going on.
And what about the mercenaries that are at the
The
gate
mercenaries
entrance?
are getting alarmed. They're like, "What's going on here?" You know, they're drawing their weapons.
Watch what happens.
Yeah, the mercenaries are kind of like
Set a tent on fire.
drawing their weapons and shouting at the kobolds, "Get back in your tents! Put that flag back and replace it with the flag of our true masters." You know, they really are sort of.
Okay.
But you see that the kobolds are like eyeing the guards up rather hungrily. So
Okay, so now this is taking place. Lucille is going to move from where the car is down towards this ridge here,
okay,
just so it's a better point for me to start
You're going with him, aren't you?
raining down some flaming arrows.
okay then. Right.
But I'm going to wait until a lot more commotion starts up
Yeah.
before I take my first shot, because it might just give me away.
Right.
Commotion.
So-
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's basically I'm just keeping you with me.
I'm circling this area,
Okay.
watching.
Well, before the next event, is there anything else that you'd like to prepare for, or you just sticking to the action that you're doing?
Just sticking to the act, like just preparing to take my mark and just start like sniping some supply tents, basically.
Okay.
I'm a paladin, but I fight like a rogue.
Okay. The highest. Right, just going to check one thing. Okay. From this watchtower, one of the guards is blowing a horn. An alarm.
Fire arrow at it.
And you notice that there are like cultists, mercenaries, and they're fighting against the kobolds.
Yeah.
What I want to do is, for a bit of fun, I'm going to roll. Okay, the cultists have got a better combat advantage than the kobolds.
But the kobolds, there are more of them.
But they're like, they're ravenous and by numbers. So I think, well, in that case,
They're basically like a swarm of
evenly matched.
locusts.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 1d20 for the soldiers. Who wants to roll a d20? This is just. Do you want to roll a d20?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Make that roll. Right.
Oh, okay.
All I can say is that the mercenaries and the cultists are being overwhelmed by this sheer number of kobolds that are, sneakily sort of grabbing their legs and killing some of them. And,
I'm just eviscerating others.
You notice that there are a few kobolds that are kind of like running away. There's like a mixture of different types of combats that are going on. And,
Okay, so can I eye out a supply tent? Would I have time? Would I have had time while scouting this out to find out where like their main supply tents are? Because I'm guessing they'll be in this little area here.
I'm going to have to ask you to make a perception roll. It'll be a simple perception roll.
Okay, this ain't that good. Might have to keep the die on ready. Okay.
No, you're not able to discern which area is more likely to be the supplies at this point in time.
So I'll say I've got, over the time it took for all of this to get going, he has 5 arrows ready to be lit up and fired.
Yeah.
So 5 flaming arrows. So he's going to take his first one.
You try and aim for the watchtower, the other one.
Yeah, I'm going to the first one.
What's the range for that though? What's the range for that though? There.
Okay. Oh, actually,
yeah.
no, that's how many feet. Sorry, it is a massive area.
Yeah,
So-
and I've only got like 120 foot range.
Could you
Yeah.
not move around so you're a bit
It
closer?
would take way too long if that's 100 feet.
Yeah.
Uh,
What about the big tent?
How could you? How would they get down this steep?
Rope.
The steep.
Rope.
I thought it wasn't. I thought it was like.
Well, I remember they came through. This is like the mouth of the area.
Remember, we have rope. And a cart.
Well, the fire's happening here.
Actually, what I'm
Why
going
don't
to
you bring the cart around to here and come down here? And
Yeah.
Sneak, and you sneak around.
Actually, no. Even though the kobolds have a bit of an overwhelming advantage, as I'm in range of a few of their men, and as I'm firing down into combat, which I have height advantage, the arrow is going to go further.
Yeah.
I'm going to basically take a few shots at, instructing Alice, I've shown you how to do it. Bring the cart around. Just bring the cart around. I'm going to level the playing field a bit.
As it were.
Okay.
So I'm going to, basically the more, just the ones on outside of the combat, just so the kobolds don't have to deal with them later.
Okay, so just sort of picking those which are
one's
outside.
kind of trying to give orders.
Yeah.
All of you keep calm and just take out the leaders,
Yeah.
sever the head of the snake, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
So, first shot, and will they know I'm there?
Right then. So
Because
first
then
of
that
all.
would count as stealth.
Okay. So first of all, where are you positioning yourself again? About here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I've moved down to about here.
So you're kind of firing into the skirmish that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, aiming
Okay.
for the ones
So
that
aiming
probably...
for the order.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the ones normally giving the orders in these situations are
Ones
normally the
boosting
ones...
the morale.
Yeah, the ones that are usually at the back.
So what is the short range of what you're using?
My short range of a
Shortest
longbow is
range. Well,
Oh no, I think it's 120 to 300, I think,
I think so.
for longbows. It's feet, so I don't want that. I've
Yeah.
only got 2.
150 to 600.
Oh wow!
that's okay.
That's a lot longer than I thought it was.
50. Yeah, I'd say that just about. I'll say the first one as normal,
You
but
could've-
subsequent will be disadvantaged. This is to represent the, that you, unless you, because I think there's
'Cause
rules for aiming, isn't there?
I'm technically firing from stealth as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why
They
you
don't know
because
why I'm there.
if you're firing long range, it's disadvantage.
But I'm not
But
firing at long range because I'm firing at less than 100.
So,
It's up to that DM really. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just saying,
it's the
how
way I'm
I'm
sort of
doing
picturing
this.
it. Because actually, most of the skirmish is kind of around about here.
Yeah.
So 150 feet, if you're about here,
Mm.
that's kind of long range.
Okay.
But if you're about there, it might be just about. So if you're here,
yeah. On that little rig. Okay,
yeah.
so
but if you're there,
yeah, let's ex-nay the
Mhm.
travelling down there because I just realised that'll take a while. So staying on this ridge here,
And
which
you
is
want me
where
to move the cart along with you?
down to just where I am because we left the cart here.
There's no point us really bringing it with us.
well,
No,
that's
we
your
need
stealth thing.
something to attach the rope to so we can rappel down.
And you want to attach that to a cart?
Yeah, we have the cart side on.
It's gonna fall off.
No, it's side on, so the wheels are facing the ravine. So the side of the wheel.
Yeah, our weight's still gonna pull it off.
you got the horse there as well.
Yeah, the horse is pretty heavy. Yeah, the horse, because if it's a draft horse, it definitely weighs more than me in my armour. And
Okay.
plus, child. You weigh basically nothing.
So you're going for this vantage point?
Yep,
Well, if anything,
Okay.
the more you can
and
fly
trying to
around
sever some of
and...
the guys
I'm,
giving
I'm
orders.
still flying around, so looking
I'm
at
just sort of
Back in a
thinking,
minute.
you might have time to, because is there rules for aiming per se? Because I don't think there is, and is there? Because your character will have time to do it.
Yeah,
I think it
making
might be
sure
a bonus. I think it might be bonus action.
Yeah. Because I got a feeling it's.
Because I think rogues get something like that.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking of a different game.
Because I know in
Either
Star
way,
Wars
it'll just be a
system-
normal one. It'll just be a normal
Okay.
sort of range.
Because I thought I'd get advantage because I'm attacking from stealth. Which one was it? It was the cunning action. Okay, so it's just dash, disengage, and hide.
That's okay. Well, make a stealth roll to begin with. Make a stealth roll. It'll be a normal one.
Wait, stealth roll?
For stealth, yeah. It's just like an overall kind of thing. So remember, there's a lot of people there, so...
Right, ready the heroic die.
The only time I'll allow advantage is if you're, like, within the trees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just...
Because I always thought stealth was the enemy has no idea you're there, so thus can't prepare for your attack.
Yeah, just because there's a lot
I
of
play
people
too
there.
much
They,
Skyrim.
there might be the odd person thinking, what's that? So, because there's too many people.
Yeah, I fluffed it.
But you rolled a heroic.
Yep.
That's the main thing. What this could mean is that somebody saw something, but because it's heroic...
But they're more concerned about the kobolds at the moment.
If you didn't make that heroic dice...
They would have seen me.
Not necessarily. Well, they would have seen you, but the heroic dice would also imply that when you let loose the arrow, no one would think that whatever they just saw was the cause of it.
Ah. Okay.
So, at the moment they're thinking, what's that? And then they're like, oh well, probably a panda.
It's probably just a trick of the light, but we need to focus on these kobolds right now. Okay, so attack roll against one of the guys giving orders.
Yep, so stealth, and because it is with advantage, isn't it?
Yes, if you're attacking from stealth.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, what are these? I'm rolling that, so that is 11, 17.
17. I believe that is a hit.
Oh, thank God for heroic dice.
Okay.
Okay, I have 2 more until we level up. God.
I'll let you roll for damage. I'll
Yep.
let you roll for damage.
Ooh,
that's pretty
okay.
good.
So that is 10 piercing damage.
Okay, let me just see if I got the correct page. I might have the correct page, I might not.
Probably won't kill him, but it will basically get him to stop relaying orders for a bit and get their attention to him. Therefore, the kobolds will seize the advantage. So I hit an enemy weakness and get an extra half turn because of it. No one in this group is going to get that reference.
Get what reference?
Oh, I got an advantage.
Oh, don't worry too much about
I hit a weakness with my attack, therefore I get an extra half turn.
Okay, so what you basically see is that you let loose,
Mm.
and what you see is that one of the veteran sort of ones, sort of grabbing one of the soldiers, saying like, "Just get on and fight, and then
Straight in
sort
the
of,
arm.
and then he just sort of collapses to the ground, you know, wondering if the kobolds are now using arrows all of a sudden.
Actually, we should have gotten more bows and arrows before we left,
Nah.
but we didn't know we were going to get the kobolds, so...
Right, so okay, so that's your input.
Yep.
James, is there any input that you'd
Phone
like
away.
at this point?
I'm just keeping an eye on everything to make sure it's going as we want it to.
Okay.
I'm going to keep circling the area.
Yeah.
But what I might do now is I might change my circle from around this area to this area here.
Okay then.
I'm going to circle here.
Right. What I'd like you to do is to make another charisma check.
I'm still wondering why he's rolling charisma.
I'm just going by the book. I know it's weird, even by my sort of thinking. It's
10.
yeah. You're actually okay.
Ah!
Yeah, I know it's weird. Choice of a test, but basically the difficulty is basically 5, and it's to see if anybody recognises you. It sounds weird.
Okay.
It's a weird, but that's like the main thing.
Okay, you can pass for a word.
What do I see in this area?
Okay,
So I
basically.
know they're fighting here, but what do I see here?
Right, it's mostly here that, yeah, so they're kind of like getting more soldiers out. Basically, mostly cultists, And despite the commotion, they're still kind of like praising the dragon and things like that. Half of them are like hippies, basically, you know, like
So they're stoned off their ass or praying.
pretty much.
So
Now, what does catch your eye? Okay, and I will show you this. Please look away, Rachel. Please look away, Sam. There is an actual image of it. That's what you see.
oh yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know what it is. Yeah.
That's quite alright. So,
And that's what here.
yeah, it's so
Right.
that image pretty much
What did you
says
see?
what you're seeing.
Oh no.
And,
I don't like the sound of that.
I can't tell you.
right then.
Because I can't. I'm not in range.
So,
As soon as I've seen that, I am going to head back this way towards where they are.
okay. Rachel,
Well, where we
is there
moved
anything
to.
at all?
I'm not going to act unless Sam tells me to do anything.
Okie dokie.
Because my character doesn't know what the hell's going on. I've
Right
been
then.
hidden in a cart for like a session and a half.
Sorry.
Sorry for that brief pause. We just it wasn't for you. Nothing would have happened, but we just had to quickly sort something out because
Real world.
yes, real world problems calleth.
So yeah, I am going to circle my way back round to where I know these two are.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you can probably see the moonlight kind of
When I get
on
back
my
to
arm a
them,
bit.
when I get back to them, I'm going to land and tell them exactly what I saw.
What did you see?
I saw someone tied to a cross.
That might probably.
That might be our guy.
I do believe it is.
Was there any guards around him or anything?
I didn't see anyone, but there could be someone watching him.
Well, there are. Well,
There
actually,
were cultists.
yeah, there are like cultists kind of
So they
surrounding.
weren't watching him, were they? They were just by him.
Some are.
Oh, right, okay.
They're not all distracted by what's going on. Others are so fanatical that you know, in their prayers and stuff, that they're oblivious to everything.
Okay.
And
I am going to suggest a plan here. We still need to do something about that other watchtower. Morty, do you remember what I suggested back in Greenest? To deal with the kobolds with the battering ram. He pulls out a flask of alcohol and a cloth. Can you fly up and drop this on the watchtower?
How many have you got?
I have 2 flasks of alcohol left and 1 half empty. Because I've been making flaming arrows, which I will be using soon. So just an entire flask, a cloth wedged inside, so it's...
This tower's built of wood, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah, it would be.
The wood, the watchtowers.
guard towers, yeah, made from rough timbers lashed together with rope.
I will take the things, go up my tinder box. I'm going to fly towards the watchtower then.
Okay. While this is happening,
But I'm going to go up really high.
okay.
So they don't quite
Really high
see
so
it
they
until
can't
it's
see
too
me.
late.
Go up
Yeah.
really high. When I get over it, I'm going to go down. So I'm like
Dive bomb.
Right.
60 foot above, and then I'm literally just going to set them on fire and then drop them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would like to roll a d20? I like to roll more of the results
Go on.
of.
I've been rolling absolute crap tonight, so...
We know your cheesy dice rolls.
He's not using his big dice, though. Oh.
Oh, very bad.
4 to 1.
Only we could.
Right then.
Only Andy could roll a 1 in that
I know,
situation.
right.
So the kobolds are pushing more of the advantage, I'm guessing?
Pretty much. And so at this point, at this very, very point, you notice that there are 2 figures coming out of that tent.
Uh-oh.
And now one of them you recognise. Well, actually, you both recognise them.
It's the blue dragonborn.
And who would be the second one?
The woman in purple.
Yes. They're all standing out there,
Where are they?
and they just come out of the large
Oh, so I
tent.
can see them.
Yeah. Now, what happens is that The purple lady is just like standing there. She's got a glaive standing there. You can see like she's a real sort of glaring at what's going on. The blue dragonborn sort of chuckles to himself and sort of clicks his fingers, and you notice that there are several dragon claw warriors coming out as well, and they're also coming out of these tents, and he's drawing the attention of them.
Am I flying over this way now? Yeah.
You are?
But
Can-
he's
can I-
flying
can I-
very high up.
Can I drop one of the bottles of alcohol, flaming alcohol, on this tent?
You can attempt.
I'm just gonna fly over and just drop one of them over the tent.
Okay, I'm still going to make you roll a hit roll because obviously you're swooping and see the result.
Would I count proficient as it?
Proficient.
Proficiency in actually it would be an aiming test, wouldn't it? Like a sling or a thrown weapon. 'Cause I'm technically throwing it, aren't I?
Well, you're dropping it.
Yeah. So wouldn't that class as being thrown?
Not really.
No.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
I would say if it counts as thrown, it's more because he's choosing where he drops it.
20.
20. Yeah, you managed to hit the 10. Okay then. Well, the top of the tent is starting to catch fire.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to check one thing.
Bombing run commence.
Strafing run. AC 130 inbound. Oh.
Right.
God, I hate this time of year because hay fever is a flying family-friendly word.
Right, I'm just going to check one thing.
The tent's on fire now.
Because this is quite important.
So I was
We need to
obviously
find
dive
out.
bombing, dropping it, and then going back up again.
Mhm.
Okay, so if they kill all the kobolds, which they might not do because there's 50 of them. I know Lucille, after seeing the Dragonborn come out, is like, I am prepping for round 2.
Okay, so are you going to be dropping the other one at the other?
I'm going towards this tower now. As soon as I drop that one, I'm going to
Yeah.
go towards the tower. When I get to the tower, I'm dropping the other full one and the half empty one
Okay,
onto
then.
the tower as well.
Rightio, so I'll let you roll.
Or is it one for each, or
I'll let you roll one for each.
that is a 16, and that is a 21.
I'm going to say that you both that they
So,
both hit. Okay.
so hopefully they're on fire now.
Yep. Okay then. So while this is happening, what's your?
Lucille, seeing the blue Dragonborn, he wants to just charge down there, but he realises after his loss last time, it's just like, no, I have to be clever about this. I may be a paladin, but I may want to slip back into my roguish ways a bit first. Okay, so
What is our plan?
I'm going to tie the rope around the... There's like this little back end bit on the carts, isn't there, where you can attach like other things? Attaching it to that, putting rocks behind the wheels just in case the horse decides to bolt it, and I am laying in wait until a good time to throw down the rope. Like, tied together like 100 feet of rope,
Yeah.
ready to throw that down at a moment's notice.
Okay.
While I'm having Alice just kind of keep a lookout for any people that come across up onto the ridge, just in case we have to take them out first.
Right. Okay. So anything that your character might be doing, Rachel?
Well, because we're sort of in like a forest, that's sort of where she grew up. So I'm just sort of like engaging wolf mode. So I'm sort of sniffing around and see if I can sense anything.
Right then. What I'm going to say is that the next events that are about to occur. Right. So what you see is that the purple lady is making her way to that section there. And what she's done, she's approaching him,
Oh no.
and she's got her glaive, and she's got the blade just under his chin, and she's kind of like looking around. The blue dragonborn
Yeah.
issues a command, and the dragon soldiers rush in and to deal with the situation. And they're dealing it in a way that's much better than the mercenaries and soldiers. So they're now hacking the kobolds to pieces.
Right.
Don't worry. It's all going to plan.
We didn't plan for them.
And some of them are even grabbing kobolds as prisoners as well. And the kobolds are like, you know, and you see one of them approaching the blue dragonborn with a kidnapped kobold, like trying to struggle to get out. Is that literally just like terrified, absolutely terrified?
Well, you know what happens when you pick up a terrified cat?
Oh yeah, they're prone to bite.
Okay, the guards are there are doing their best to try and put the fire out, and they're like tearing down some material and chucking the burning stuff away.
While they're busy with the fire,
Yeah.
can I do a swooping attack and like go with my glaive to try and cut them up as they do it?
Right.
Because the watchtower's now on fire. So
Yeah, so they're actually concentrating on the fire now, not what they're not looking out. And if I can come in quickly from a blind side and strike them, I might be able to get some guards dead.
Yeah, and also a fun fact, because as I love my nature documentaries, you know peregrine falcons, how they hum, and like eagles and stuff, they dive bomb.
Okay.
And some of the things they dive bomb have very good healing, like bunnies.
Ooh. Never been interested.
And when a bird dive bombs, it is basically soundless. You don't hear anything. As soon as the rabbit or ferret or whatever knows that they're being hunted, they've already got the talons in their back. Oh, the natural world is so
I'm going in with my scythe, so literally as soon as I get there, I'm going to scythe them.
Okay then.
Cleave them.
Well, just for quickness, I'm going to roll a cool that. So I'm going to say that you've taken out 2.
Yeah.
And
so I've literally swung in, swooped them, and then swooped back up again, going back round for the next one to get rid of all of the guards now.
Oh, actually, a fun thing that could add to the rule of cool is as you're basically falling, it doesn't count as your movement speed. So you can basically swipe down, kill 2, use the rest of your movement to fly back up.
I'm just going to go
Which is
down.
actually kind of
I'm
cool.
going to continue to do it till all the guards here are dead.
Yeah,
right,
sorry.
there's a fair amount of them. So
Just going to keep doing it and do it from because I'm going to come down from because it's night time. I'm doing it from the darkness, coming out from the darkness.
Yeah,
and
because
because I can move.
I'm not going to make it too easy for you to.
No, but I said because I can move quickly as well. It's going to be quite sort of thing, you know.
So I'm going to say that you do take out a few of them, but attention is still drawn to you.
Oh yeah, obviously. But I said as soon as my attention's drawn, I'm going to go away.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I'll come back in a little while and take some more down with me. I'm just going to keep on like doing like hit and run tactics.
Yeah.
A quick question: should I, out of character, should I take this as the sign to try and aim for some of the dragon teeth?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, so I'm going to clickety clackety. I roll to attackety. One of the dragon claws that are fighting against the kobolds, just to try and help out the kobolds a little bit.
Okay then.
Helping kobolds.
It's 12, 18.
I believe that is a hit.
I think it should be because not many things have AC of 18 that are humanoid.
No, you never know. That's definitely
You do.
a hit. Yeah.
True.
Roll for damage.
Oh yeah. So this is more of... Like, I'm not aiming for a kill here, because I know a single arrow won't kill him.
Yeah.
It's just, while he's attacking, bang, he gets hit with an arrow and then swarmed by kobolds. That is 11 piercing damage, straight
Okay,
into the left side of his chest.
Okay. And are you still in stealth, or are you?
It's more I'm still in stealth. Well, I'm not still in stealth. I'm under the cover of night. At
Okay.
the top, just firing down into the fight.
Well, as a result of that, you do attract the attention of those that kind of suspect, that the arrow must have come from the very top.
Cool. They've got to go all the way around to get to me. Because I doubt they've got anyone that can
But
fly.
since there's a lot of them, some of them are just thinking, well, one arrow. If there were many, then they'll be thinking, shit, is there an army? So you notice that some of the, while that one's tending to his wounds, is thinking,
Yeah, just taking
get
out
this
the arrow.
coming out.
Does he get ravaged by kobolds?
I'm going to say he's got, he's got one kobold kind of trying to bite his leg, but he just quickly stamps its head and squishes
I'll
it.
take another shot at him.
If you like.
How high up are we?
Where's my other parts there?
Approximately 150 feet.
That is a 17 to hit.
Okay.
Just tell me if I need to roll this.
Yes, you may.
No, just tell me if I need to.
It's up to you. If you want to make it, it's your choice.
I'm
Your choice.
estimating they have around 16 AC.
Oh,
So I'm
that's
going to leave
so.
it like that. So it's 17 to hit.
Okay, that is a hit. 17. Yep.
Boop. That is 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
As that same one, just about as he's to stomp the kobold, takes another arrow.
Okay.
Arrow.
Well, he falls to the
Hello.
ground.
Good.
What have you done?
I don't know. Sam hasn't told me to do anything.
I've basically just said for now, just keep watch.
Right.
Seeing as I don't want to have you run down there and get yourself killed.
Okay, so what you see is that the blue dragonborn, the dragon warrior dragging the. I'm saying drag quite a lot, aren't I?
Yes.
It's like a tongue twister here. Anyway, the dragonborn dragging the kobold towards the blue dragon, and which you made a great acquaintance with.
Of course you picked one of them.
Langdedrosa. And Langdedrosa looks at the kobold and does that and forces the kobold to talk, gets the kobold to whisper.
I am annoyed that he is out of range because I want to silence the kobold.
And then after that, he just grabs the kobold's head and plump. And when this happens, some of the kobolds start to stop what they're doing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because to the kobolds, he is a menacing sight. To the other kobolds, so there are some kobolds that are still fighting.
Yeah.
Now, I would say there's not a great many of kobolds that do, but I'm going to say that those were the kobolds that actually saw him cry when you rolled that 20.
Yes! Don't worry, he's a big pansy!
And he's kind of looking around as if to say, I know you're out there. I
is
know
so
you're there.
tempted
You can
to
see it
shout.
in his face. You can look at his face, even from this distance, and think, he knows I'm there.
It's a shame. Hold on. Given that I'm firing downwards, I don't think he'll be in range of a flaming arrow. Because I kind of just want to go, yeah, you failed to finish me last time.
I'm going to continue to attack the watchtower.
Okay then.
Isn't that shower gone?
Yeah.
Well, it's not gone. It's still standing, but they managed to get rid of most of the
I'm
fire.
attacking the guards and the watchtower still like swooping
Yeah.
down, scything
Well,
them
this time I'm going to get you to. It could be like a normal combat, and then they'll attempt to hit you.
Our plan didn't work out. Oh, that's a good number.
26 to hit.
That is a hit.
9 slashing damage.
Okay. Still
Bonus
standing.
action.
Yeah.
15 to hit.
Okay. Yeah.
Heroically. Doing another 8 damage
Okay.
with my claws.
Rightio. I'll say you take another one down.
And then I'm flying straight away as soon as I took that one down.
Yeah. I'm going to make an attack roll with one of them.
Right.
Attack opportunity.
Because I'm not going to make that easy.
Okay, fair enough.
Because
Fair
technically you can kill everyone by doing that.
Yeah.
Fair enough,
That's
fair
okay.
enough.
I was actually surprised you didn't
No.
do roll
Yeah.
attack opportunity earlier.
It's probably because I caught them unaware that
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah. But this time they know you're there.
Yeah.
They know you're
They've
there.
seen
So-
something happen.
They've seen death.
Right, so there's going to be 2 melee attacks against you. And looking at the
Yeah.
wrong one. So, yeah, it's going to be like 2 separate cultists reaching out with their blades. So the first one, that looks pretty bad, but it's a 10.
Miss.
And the second one, that looks
It's also
like a
a
miss
miss.
as well. So,
At least on that second attack, you did roll higher, even if it was by 1.
but you notice that there are some of those that are running away as well, and they're kind of like quickly retreating
Okay.
down the cliffs and stuff. Right, this is obviously still on fire.
Wait, how are they traversing down the cliffs?
Well, different methods. Some are very good at climbing. Some
Oh.
use like grappling hooks. So
Climbing,
different
that's
methods.
Let's let gravity do the rest of the work.
Yeah. Okay, so what happens is this is still on. The tent's still on fire, but Langdedrosa
Yeah.
and the purple lady don't seem too bothered. Oh yeah, Fru Lamondath, that's her name, and she's still like got the blade under the prisoner's chin, sort of looking around, and she's got like some of the dragon guards close by,
Okay.
and you notice what she does is that she sort of whistles. And there are 8 guard drakes, those dragon dogs.
Oh
And then she kind of does this, and then they start to make their way, and they're like racing really, really fast, heading towards that direction.
no. Okay. I've got my
Now?
lookout. I've got my lookout.
So, okay, so what next thing you see is that Langdedrosa is kind of like, just sort of standing there,
Just like,
looking
I know-
quite arrogant.
Like, yeah, trying to find who's doing this.
Yeah.
What? It's actually kind of funny. I think there was a meme picture of a guard like being stationary, and then just all the cool stuff happening behind him, and he never realizes.
Right, so before
what
the
was that
next
from?
little event,
Aye.
what's everybody doing?
I'm attacking the guards in the tower again.
Okay then.
Take the tower out.
They've left.
I would say take out the guys going down the cliff, because you can hit them, gravity does the rest, and they can't attack you back without risking falling.
How many are left in the guard tower?
I'm going to say that there's 3 left, 3 of them.
And how many are running?
I would say roughly about 4.
Can't you just instead change tact and just cut the ropes that are holding the tower?
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
idea. Yeah, I'm
cut the
gonna,
front.
I'm gonna go for the ropes then that are holding the tower together.
And just at the front so it falls.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah,
So-
good idea.
Okay.
Going for the actual structure itself.
So
and then let gravity do the work.
I'm going to let you make 4 rolls.
Of what?
Okay. It'll be like hit rolls.
To hit
Um,
rolls.
Yeah, I'm going to make 4 hot hit rolls. You're going to hit the ropes. What I'm going to say is, just for convenience, it'll count as, just for convenience, a 10, an AC of 10. If you get all 4 of them,
You at least heroically fail.
10. Heroic 10.
Yeah.
So, but you rolled a 1, so that's still a
10.
yeah.
Higher than 10.
21. And 12.
What I'm going to say is, right, because you rolled a 1 with a hero,
Yeah.
what I'm going to say is, and this is hilarious.
God, hero dice are busted.
Imagine that the tower is there. So you got the first 3 off, but the fourth one, if you didn't roll that hero dice, nothing would happen. It's almost like it's hanging on a thread, very slowly, as the rope is starting to uncoil,
So that cartoon
string
thing.
by string. Yeah, very much like that. But it's going to take time. It's going
Okay.
a little bit of time. They're all on the top thinking, you didn't get all of them.
You missed.
And
Can you fly me in and drop me over? We need to get that evil witch.
I'm just thinking, how do we do this without the prisoner dying?
Yeah, but she just has to do literally like that and he's dead.
Yeah.
yeah, bear in mind he's tied. So you're in a serious situation. So any hostility
I'd
is
wait
gonna
until
be-
she moves slightly.
She probably won't.
She might do.
So you've got to figure out a way of...
Can you fly me, pick me up, and fly me somewhere like over here, and I can like howl, like let out a proper wolf howl.
Okay.
Try and see if I can attract her attention over there. Maybe. Or when I'm at work.
Not really, because I think
No.
there's so much going on.
There's so
Yeah.
much
Wolf
chaos
howl
in the
isn't
air, you
going to
wouldn't really
interest
be able to
anyone.
hear it.
Right.
No, if I land on the ground.
Remember, Lucille would not let you do that.
Mm.
Because, like, adopted daughter, he doesn't want you basically risking your life for something that could go
We need
wrong.
to get her to stop, like.
Right, so basically, kobolds are rebelling.
Yeah.
There's a watchtower that's going to fall over. It's on fire,
Yeah.
which will spread to other tents. The main tent is on fire as well.
Yeah.
It's chaos.
Very much, yeah.
It's chaos everywhere. She's bound to falter
So-
in a minute.
I'm just going to say, be very careful what your next move might be.
Should we.
Because the more hostilities are improved, the more she's,
Probably just going to lop off his
Yeah.
head.
Now, I'm going to show the next part, next small event. Now, as this tent is mostly on fire, another individual is coming out.
Oh, for God's sake, not
Yeah.
another one.
And it's a half black dragon. And it's a female. And it's a humanoid. Dragonborn. And sort of walking out. And she seems to be wearing a mask. A mask that resembles a black dragon. And she's quite intimidating looking, just by the sheer size of her. And just warning you now, this foe is beyond any of you.
Yeah.
Just warning you.
Because thinking about this out of character, we can't just rush in. Because, yeah, we could take out Lang if we all work together, but dealing with him and the Purple Lady at the same time will be hugely problematic. And then there's this. Then there's this bloody Joker.
And there's this bit.
As this happens, as the Black Dragonborn is also kind of like standing around wondering what's going on, the tower behind just collapses. They don't seem to react. So after this comedy element, this...
Yeah, but surely the collapse of a tower would cause an upset with the normal cultists, maybe?
Well, maybe to the normal cultists,
I would
but to
say-
the leaders, they're just like,
No, obviously, yeah.
I would
they
say,
might have seen this shit before.
what happens to these tents here, because flaming debris has just fallen amongst them?
Oh, that's a good point. I'm not going to say a great deal, but it's nothing that they can't handle. It's not going to be like the Towering Inferno.
I know, I would say
But, yeah.
that maybe it might be a good opportunity to take out the guard drakes and then retreat. Because we've done some damage. we could try and come back with help.
Because you're still around about here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All I can say is that the guard drakes are obviously
They're on their way
they're
to
on,
where
they're on.
Have I seen
on guard.
have I seen the guard drake leave?
You can see them rushing.
I don't
there's
think we
8 of
can
them.
like manage 8 of them.
True.
So you're in a real dilemma.
I'm gonna make a line back to these two then. Now I've taken the tower
Yeah,
out.
because Lucille has seen them.
Now I've taken the tower out. I've seen them go. I'm gonna go back to the group
Okay.
as fast as I can,
Morty,
but as high as I can.
Morty, things have kind of gone very badly. I hate to suggest this, but maybe we should pull back for now and regroup.
Well, we've done what we set out to do.
Cause chaos.
Cause
yes.
chaos.
But we didn't get
Yeah,
that monk person.
I suggest we head to higher ground, i.e., like a tree. Guard drakes. Well, probably won't be able to climb.
Actually, I've had another idea.
Oh god.
Remember back when we first recruited the kobolds?
Yeah.
Those cultists had already set up a rock trap. If we head back into the ravine, we might be able to shed some rocks loose. And hopefully...
There's no way we're gonna get past the guard drakes.
Up a tree.
We go up a tree, they can go back, bring attention to us.
Yeah, but while they've gone back, we can go somewhere else.
But how?
We were up a tree, they come to us, they find us, they go back, there's none there, we go somewhere else, as in go around, they come back with more people, we go into the camp.
I might have to let the cart go.
You're gonna let the cart go.
I might have to.
Take the horse. Can we not climb and ride the horses?
Because with a horse, we could outrun them.
Yeah, just sort of saying at this point in time, the kobolds
Are pretty much
skirmish have
routed.
stopped.
Yeah, they've been routed.
The very presence of her is like, okay, they ain't anything more scary than that. The big blue dude is scary, but that is terrifying. You know, so... And what happens next is actually quite nasty. And the mass figure just kind of nods her head, and suddenly all the mercenaries and guards, they're getting all rounding up some of the kobolds, killing them, torturing them, doing nasty, horrible things to them, and making some of the kobolds flee, submitting them, you know, forcing them to, you know, join the slaves, the prisoners. So
That's cut the cultist camp down by more than a half.
Yeah,
But it leaves.
but the ones we got rid of were the small fry.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
They've done their job.
Yeah.
At least we haven't got to get rid of the kobolds now. That's been equalled.
Yes. So I'm just wondering.
They've done their job.
What?
That's what we had them for.
Because I'm just wondering what we can do without getting any of us killed. Because we need to remember we're only level 2.
It's a travesty we haven't hit a milestone yet.
Yeah.
Right. I say we should. The guard drakes are coming back.
Mhm.
They are coming to find us. We should either A, funnel them into a bottleneck so we can take them down slowly, or B, we run and hide somewhere where they can't find us.
But would they be able to sniff us out? Because I don't know if dragons have good sense of smells.
I think most of them do.
And they said
Typically.
there's 8 of them. Unless we try and bottleneck them.
How?
That has given me an idea.
What?
We have some still living chickens, don't we?
Why chickens?
using that bottleneck idea wouldn't, because the smell of blood is very strong, isn't it?
Mm.
So going with the bottleneck, we unfortunately have to gut the chickens,
No,
Make
not the
them bleed.
chickens.
and then we can take them out while they're busy probably trying to eat. That might be a good thing to do.
Mhm.
Or it will at least lure them away long enough for us to get another plan.
Okay, so
Right. Going on your idea, let's lure them back to that crevice.
Yeah.
You do your chicken thing. While you're doing that, I'm going to go and look for some boulders that we can loosen up at the top. And while they're feeding on the chickens, just drop the boulders on them.
Yeah.
okay.
So it'll basically be, I'll move obviously because we've got some time,
Mhm.
horse full pelt back towards the crevasse,
Oh yeah, where you?
we fought those cultists before. You're gonna fly up.
I'm going to fly around, scout for any like big rock formations that maybe you can wedge loose or push loose to go down into the crevasse.
Okay.
will tell you to take Alice with you just so she doesn't try and stop me with the chickens.
Okay.
And you
You
might
can
also
help me loosen up the boulders.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll get you some more chickens later.
okay. I'm going to roll a call there.
Oh, thank God.
So good idea, and it's an idea that pretty much saves you guys. So just to sort of story form it. So what will be the first step?
Getting to the crevasse.
Getting to a bottleneck position.
Yeah.
Where we can safely corral all the drakes together with the chickens.
Okay.
Alice and Mortis are going to go up to the rocky area where we can find some loose stones. Me and Alice are going to loosen up the rocks, ready to push onto the drakes when they go and find the chickens.
Okay.
As soon as they do that, we're going to push them on, hopefully crush them.
And while all that's going on, Lucille will be holding the chickens out away from him so he doesn't get any blood on himself, which could also lead them to him.
Yeah.
Like literally cutting them from... What do you call
You
it?
just
Because
have
you were a butcher.
All you have to do is twist their necks and then cut their stomachs open.
Yeah, he does that. Like twisting the neck, slicing the stomach open and dropping it. Doing this with all of the live ones. I think we said we had 3 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
We had a fair few chickens.
Yeah, we had actually quite a lot. So just doing that with as many chickens as I have time to.
And obviously we're going to use your strength and my strength or dexterity to move the rocks into position to drop onto them when they get there.
Yes.
Okay,
So
then.
after that's been done, he's going to move the cart back
Yeah,
so
sure.
it doesn't get crushed by the rocks.
Right.
And more importantly, my character doesn't get crushed by rocks this time. The last time we did Tyranny of Bloody Dragons.
Oh, that was in Yango Meow Toya.
Yes! Started the rogue curse.
Okay. You managed to gather the guard drakes and you let loose the rocks. A few that you've killed, some are badly injured, and maybe 1 or 2 of them slipped away to escape, but they go to run back to the camp.
Damn.
The few that are left injured,
Yeah?
I will put out of their misery.
Okay then.
I would say let me do that and try and at least distract the ones running back. Because if... Wait a second. Light bulb.
Oh,
Let them
God.
run back.
Yes, let them run back
Yeah.
while we take the long way back around to the camp and scout it out some more.
Yes.
Because they will run straight to the woman in purple, who will probably move towards where they were.
But the other thing is this, Sam. Only 2 guard drakes came back. What do you think they're going to think?
That we've killed them all.
That we've killed 6 of them.
Yeah, so... and these 2 guard drakes are freaking out.
Yeah, so they must have seen. They must have found something or done. We must have done something to them to make them freak out.
Yeah,
Kill
and
them
she will
before
be
they
interested
get
in where
back.
they're going to lead her.
Okay,
But
so
when they get there, they're just going to see a landslide.
You guys are returning to
We're going to double back around
yeah.
to...
Let's go up to this side this time because
Yes.
we know this is empty. We know this is empty. Let's go around this way.
using the trees as cover. So
Okay.
back on the cart.
And it's still
Go
dark. Don't forget.
Yeah.
I would say like at this point it probably would be midnight.
Okay then, at this point, from the trees that you can see, you see that the two guard drakes are like yelping like little puppies. Whatever noise that they basically make for dragon noise. And they go up to the purple lady and they're almost like, you know, whatever sound that they make. And you notice that she's very slowly lowering the blade.
Good.
Good.
And then she looks in the direction as if waiting for orders from the big black
dragon.
sort of black dragon. And and the black dragon just sort of nods. And then what they do is that obviously the blue dragon, who's still having a bit of fun, sort of punishing kobolds and things like that, and you kind of notice, even from this distance, that as he's still slapping around all the kobolds, he's still sort of looking around, as if to say, "I know you're there."
Because I would have said, considering how we kind of broke him on the way out, it would be like... Because if... Like, I know none of you read or have watched One Piece, but there was a character in the current arc
Yeah.
who basically had a 20-year-long paranoia
Yeah.
that a certain family is just going to come back and dethrone him.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like it's a bit like that. It's like, not out of like, oh, I know you're still out there. It's more like, when are they next going to be here? Like, I need to still put on a brave face, but when are they going to get here?
But this is the thing that
Because
he
I know
does.
I didn't kill him.
But here's the other thing that he's going to do.
Yeah.
He sort of makes his way to the other two, and you don't know what he's saying from this distance. And the purple lady is kind of like rolling her eyes, thinking, "For goodness sake, you know, do whatever." Whereas at first the black sort of dragon objects.
Oh.
But then the blue one is kind of like pleading, and then a slight nod at very well. So what he does is that the blue dragon stands over there, calls upon some of his guards, does some orders. They split in different directions, and he's just sort of waiting around, and he's got his weapon out.
Damn it.
And what happens is, one of them one of them like prepares something like a ring around him.
Oh no.
And the other one is like setting fire to it, and he's in the middle. And the other one brings in a flag. Now this flag is like a red flag. It's like a red and bluish kind of flag.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like you to make something related to
History.
Well, you know Draconic, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. So that will be advantage.
Okay.
So it'll be advantage. So make that roll.
That would be 14.
Yeah, that's still very good. Still very good. Because what that means is that flag indicates he wants another challenge. He knows you're out there, and he wants you, and so
I'm kind of willing to let this, like, not go down and fight him, not do that, but let everybody think this is just baseless paranoia. Like, no one turning up, everything going quiet.
because
He does all of this,
yeah,
like, just grandstanding, just like, no, I want to fight you again, but making it look like, by staying out of it,
yeah.
that this is just baseless paranoia.
So the red part of the flag means he wants a challenge.
Yeah.
Whereas the blue part says that
Come along.
no one else will touch you. He's making that promise. No one else, whatever happens.
Like, unless I level up, I know I can't take him in a one-on-one fight.
Mhm.
Well, I came close last time, but you had to roll a crit. But I don't want to lose Lucille, seeing as he is the driving force of this campaign.
Yeah.
Does it have to be you?
What are you suggesting?
You're not going to go in and fight him, are you?
I could do.
Because I kind of like the baseless paranoia idea.
I could
Just
do
make it look like he's just being paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Thus, but kind of like to his higher ups, like kind of like all of this is baseless rambling.
Mm.
You did all of this wasting time when we should have been investigating what spooked the guard drakes, and you wanted to basically have a dick measuring contest, like basically losing respect in his higher ups. Like just going, this is
Which he
baseless paranoia.
does. That's why he objected in the first place.
So
By saying,
Seeing
don't be
that-
so silly. And he said, okay, if you want to do this, whatever happens to you, I don't care.
yeah,
That's how it comes across.
I just want to make him look
Yeah.
stupid.
All I'm saying is, you're given a position of peculiar safety here.
Yeah, but
Safety.
I don't want to risk.
Yeah, there's still risk,
Yeah,
but bear in mind, what is the biggest risk to this mission?
the prisoner being killed.
That's
Because
the
he
risk.
says, I won't be harmed.
Right.
He didn't say anything about the prisoner.
So what I'm going to say is DM,
Oh, is there anyone watching the prisoner right now?
there are some that are. There are some,
Right.
but occasionally, but there's not many. There's not many. Some are
I think you
cultists.
should do-
They're mostly cultists.
I can distract the blue dragonborn.
I think you should do the float with the Dragon Ball while me and...
But how am I going to get out?
Mm.
There's the problem. If I run, I'm surrounded.
Whereas I could get out.
Yeah, because you could just go... But how are we going to untie him and get him out unless I just take off my armour?
They'll probably be distracted by the fight.
Probably.
I mean, I don't mind going in and sacrifice myself for that anyway. I don't mind.
Oh yeah, because even on death save, just go, oh, I rolled higher than a 16. Yes, he's back.
Back again. Yugi's back.
I don't mind going in if you want me to.
Oh, you could actually say, when you get down there, that the one you fought, unfortunately, is no longer with us. So I will take up your challenge and...
I'll go down if you want me to.
Okay, because as the watchtowers are gone, and they obviously can't see up to a 100-foot ledge,
Yeah.
we're going to do the cart thing, bring it around
Yeah.
to behind where the guard was, because it was like over here somewhere.
Yeah. You got mostly soldiers, mercenaries, and guards.
So, as I won't be completely defenseless, I'm going to take off my armour,
Yeah.
like just kind of talking to Morty, like, are you sure you want to do this? Because I know I'm being, like, he even just says, like, I'm retreating back to my old rogue self. I'm prioritising my own safety here. Are you sure you want to go along with this? Because I don't want to lose my number one fan after all.
I am here to help protect you. To keep you from my master's plans later.
Okay.
I don't care what happens to myself.
Promise me this, that you can, if it looks too dicey, you will get out. You're a big help to our group, and I'm only saying this because I've known you for a few years now. You're not just my number one fan. You aren't just my number one fan. You're a friend.
Aww.
we should get one of those sound effects where like an audience goes, ah.
He's not actually going to say anything to you. He's just going to pick a dead rat off his belt and hand it to Alice and fly off.
Okay, so while all this is going on, he was taking off his armour
Yeah.
and adorning leather armour just in case.
Okay. Then. Yeah.
Alice is like, what?
So just quickly,
He obviously gave it to you.
like,
so
kind
you
of
can
getting
keep
back
hold
on his
for him.
old, like, rogue digs.
So
So, like,
he's coming back.
light breastplate, little leather skirt thing, greaves, boots, like stuff that's very easy to get on. So his AC will drop to 14 plus 11, 15 plus the shield. So
I'm
temporary
going to fly in from this way,
/17.
and I'm going to land and answer the challenge.
Okay, so you land in front of him. He's like,
you aren't who I expected.
what are you?
I am answering your challenge.
Answering my challenge?
Yes.
To you? It's not to you that I want this challenge. It's the one who back in Greenest that I bettered.
But you haven't bettered me.
And he says, I'm not interested in bettering you. I want to better the other one. And I know he's out there. I just know.
He's not with us anymore. He's with my master.
Your master?
Yes.
And who's your master?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Oh no, you should have said that's for me to know.
I
and
just
for me to
love
introduce
these
you to.
fancy heroics.
And I said, he doesn't look much. He's like hunched over. He's like really small. He's got the mask on, so he doesn't look very intimidating. But he's answering the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably like twice. You're probably twice the size of this guy, and he's answering your challenge. He's standing up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I've just realised something.
He says, well, you don't look much of a challenge anyway.
As he's someone you're meant to fight quite early, he doesn't have legendary resistances.
Well, he says I'm
can
here
make
answering the challenge, whether you like it or not.
And he says, well, as you are not the one that I'm willing to challenge, then I'm not interested. He sort of balances his weapon. Clear away the arena, and he walks
Cool coward.
away.
Coward. I will make you cry just like you did with the child.
Just like the child did.
And he's like,
And he's going to make this. He's going. I'm like teasing him to say that he's cried.
the master mimics her voice from you.
Oh.
However you said it exactly, that's the
Your
master's
boy,
saying
you
it.
don't fight
And
fair,
then
I
he's
think
like,
it was.
Yeah, you're a big, big, mean old bully and you don't fight fair.
that's not fair. When this happens,
Wait a minute.
the purple lady's laughing.
Oh yeah, because she saw him.
And I'm going to say to him. I'm going to say to him. Even she laughs at you, not even wanting to fight with a mere
Lizard.
me.
Right, right. I want you to make a charisma roll, please. A charisma.
Any special things?
I'm going to roll a heroic.
You can do.
That is 8.
Okay then. Right.
Basically.
All I'm going to say is this. He's trying to like repressing his anger, as you say that. If you succeeded, you've done it so charismatically that he would have gone for you. But the heroic dice, however, is that more guards are laughing.
We're just mentally tearing this guy down.
And Langdedrosa sort of hisses, and then they stop. And he says, I will not be humiliated by this
thing.
pathetic kobold-like creature.
Oh, he's going to find out the hard way.
Who are you to even think you can challenge the likes of me?
You sure?
I am. I'm going to step back slightly,
Yeah?
uncover my robes, take my mask off,
Yeah?
and I'm using my frightful glare.
Okay.
Oh,
then.
unsettling visage.
Unsettling visage, sorry. So
Okay.
he's frightened for a minute.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's automatic, yeah?
Automatic, frightened for a minute, and I'm going to say, I am Mortis. I am your death.
Okay, he's kind of like.
As I'm holding my scythe as well, like this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't all
He's
then all
kind
the
of
guards?
standing his ground.
Wouldn't all
He's
the
almost
guards
like.
be shitting themselves as well? Because not
Yeah,
only
because
is he-
everybody
Is
that sees it.
everything within 30 feet of me is frightened.
Yeah? Oh. Well, what happens is that some of the guards are like, ah! It's death come to haunt us!
I would have said while all this is going on, we're going to be, me and Alice are going to be stealthing down on a rope.
Okay then, you're going to succeed in this, because everyone's distracted by this.
I'm a distraction, mate.
So I would say that you managed to make your way down.
Yep.
So while you're doing that, you're down.
We are beelining to the crucifix
Yeah?
and just telling him, like, just
Untie him as quick as
getting
you
him,
can.
getting his attention, doing that,
Yeah?
and just untying him as well. Even like using my dagger to cut the
Yeah,
rope.
Literally get him out of there.
Yeah.
getting them out of there.
Okay.
Because I will literally catch him and just say, "We're friends, don't worry," and then just start making my way
Yeah.
back.
Okay. He's very, very limp. He's very, like, exhausted.
I am going to, just in case he doesn't die, I am going to pat him on the back, healing hands.
Okay then.
So he heals 2 hit points.
Okay.
So it's just something to help.
Yeah.
If he needs more, I'll give him more when we're in a...
You notice that obviously some of his bruises heal up.
Yeah.
But he's still incredibly exhausted. He's almost like he speaks in a murmur. He's really, really exhausted. Right then. Yeah. So,
I take it you're helping him up.
Yeah.
okay.
Climbing up behind just in case anything like goes wrong. You can literally grab me because you're strong.
Okay.
The henchest
The
child.
purple lady is kind of like a bit wide-eyed, almost more not frightened, but kind of taken aback,
Just like,
almost like. Whereas the black dragon lady is just like
Stone-faced.
just standing there.
because I would have said like it was more. She was taken back. Like when I woke up today, I did not expect to see that.
And what happens is this: Langdadrosa sort of turns and looks at the black dragon, and the black dragon is like, "It's your challenge. We want to see a fight." fight, and you notice that that some of the kobolds, you even recognise some of the kobolds, even though they all mostly look alike. The ones that have survived it, they're like fight. They're really on your side. Fight, and they say, "You see, that's the true dragon. That's the true dragon."
Even though I am revealing my whole body to them, I am literally like,
I'm something
I'm an
greater.
undead vulture.
I
As
am
he's-
death.
As he says this, some of the guards are like, "Blasphemers!" drawing their swords to try and chase the kobolds. The kobolds are like running. So you've got fans.
Hey-ho.
You guys have got fans.
Hey-ho.
That probably wouldn't be alive in that morning.
Okay then. So the dragon lady wants to see a fight, and Langdadrosa, because obviously he
It's like
can't
he's
approach
scared.
you. He's standing his ground.
So
he
I'd
doesn't
say-
have to run,
Initiative.
but he
Is it
can't
initiative?
approach you either.
He's frightened of me.
So
Yes.
it's basically you're just going to be
So
menacing.
it's up. So how long does the fight last?
A minute.
A minute.
Okay.
I
Which
think
is-
you can make checks.
Which is 60 seconds. It doesn't make checks.
Oh.
It's 60. It's 60 minutes. 60 seconds. So it's basically 10 rounds of combat.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to say
So you just
is,
start wailing on him.
since a little bit has happened since then, I'm going to say 5 rounds of combat have passed. So what are you going to do on the 6th round?
I'm
You're
going.
gonna
I'm going to go and attack.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is we'll roll for initiative. It just means he can't get close to you
Yeah.
because he's
And
still.
if he attacks, he has disadvantage.
He's got a 4.
I got a 4, but I get +5.
You do.
So I'll
So
go first.
You go first.
So
Go for it.
attack. Go in with my
I'm
scythe.
just surprised. He hasn't yet flipped the bird.
I beg.
Get it?
I see what you mean. Thank
No,
goodness.
get it?
Oh,
Get
dear
it?
me.
23 to hit.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Bing.
No,
That's it.
ba-da-ba-da-ba. Joke.
12 damage.
Okay. Let me make a little note. Thank you very much. Good.
Bonus action.
Yep.
Flurry of blows.
14. I will
That's a
use
miss.
my heroic. 17.
That's a hit.
9 damage.
Okay.
Spend a key point to use flurry of blows.
Yeah.
Give him an extra attack. So
Boner 12, 17.
That is a hit.
and that's your last heroic die, I think.
That's another 8 damage.
Okay.
Then do you get to go? Then what's his action?
His action. What's his action then? Because he acts after me.
Right then, so he's going to do his multi-attack.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage because he's frightened of me.
God, that ability is so goddamn broken. Why did
Okay.
you
I'm
print
not.
that?
I'm
sword.
not using it all the time. It's just
I
you know.
know, but it's
That's
like,
a fail.
why would they print it with no
Miss.
check?
Okay, let's... Hang on. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
No. He's
He's a
going to use an
monk.
action
You
surge.
thought...
Action says to attack me twice more. Yeah, carry on.
That's
Ah!
a fail.
That's all.
Yeah, no, definitely can hit me.
Double one.
He's
Only
really...
Andy.
But as I'm doing this, I'm not like provoking attack of cheat. I'm like ducking and weaving all of his attacks.
It's your turn again.
Okay.
Oh, I should have said don't kill him because I want to kill him.
26.
Ooh, I've had an idea.
6. That's
To
a
hit?
hit. Yeah.
That's another 9 damage.
Okay.
Bonus attack. 16.
That's a miss.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I've got one more key point.
Okay.
Just tell me if he goes down to 1 HP because I want to do something. And I will be aiming for it.
Right, in a moment of panic, Langdedroza decides to use his breath attack on
That's
you.
fine. Go
That's
ahead.
a check from you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be. I think it's a dex
Dex
check.
check.
He ends up affecting a few soldiers that happen to be behind you because there's a moment of panic. It's dexterity save, please.
Wow, asking the monks to do a dexterity save. That is 13.
It's not.
Yeah, that's a 7. You rolled a 6.
Yeah.
So what have you got?
Have I used both of my things or not?
Yeah, you've
You've only used one key
So-
point.
You've only used 1 key point and you've used
So we-
4 heroic dice overall this session.
We should have 7.
I've still got 3 left then.
Ah,
I used my heroic
Mhm.
plus 6, that's 12.
I've got it written
Plus
down.
7, 19.
Okay. This is half. This is lightning damage, but halved. Okay. That's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so 10 lightning damage.
I thought we only had 6.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
ends up killing about 2 people behind him. It is a moment of panic. He doesn't think
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm guessing
back
we-
to you.
Okay.
I'm going to bite him.
Oh, saucy. Oh, take that, chump.
13. Are you going to use my last thingy?
Would you like to bat
Oh.
my dragon?
14. That's a miss, isn't it?
14 but
yeah.
heroic.
Heroic 14, no?
Heroic 14.
What does that allow him to do?
Heroic 14. Well, you can. Ooh. So,
Half damage.
what I'm going to say there is that because you're doing a bite, aren't you?
I was going for
Yeah.
the neck.
I'm going to say that he's trying to shake you off as you're like attached to his.
I would, based on how Andy was doing it, he
Right.
kind of puts his arm in the way and you just bite his arm and he's just trying to
Or like, you know when
get
you
off his
I
arm.
like to graze his
Yeah.
past.
What I'm going to say is that he won't be using his greatsword attack.
Alright.
He's going to try using more like an unarmed.
Okay, so
On this
bonus
next one.
bonus action to attack normally.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
26.
That's a hit.
And that's another 9 damage.
Okay. So yeah, his attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are unarmed at disadvantage.
Unarmed at disadvantage because they're like Unarmed is it?
Unarmed
What?
is...
Unless you're proficient.
Unless you're proficient in it, you don't get proficiency on it. It's just your bonus.
It's just
strength.
your
Yeah, just your bonus, yeah.
Just your strength bonus then.
Yeah. So he's like, get off me.
At disadvantage as well.
Disadvantage
Because
because
he's still frightened. Okay, so you still get 2 attacks, but that's a fail. That's a fail. So he's like, ooh, get off me, get off me. Because there's like 3 more rounds
just
of
as
the
you
frightened, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
Uh,
no, 2 more rounds of the frightened. Yeah, 2
Yeah.
more rounds, yeah.
I'm going to go for the bite again.
Okay.
It's on the bite of 87.
That's a miss.
That's a miss.
Bonus action to attack normally. 19.
Hit.
And that does 7 damage.
Okay. Alright. Yeah.
How is he looking? Quite wounded.
He's looking quite bad, actually.
I'm going for a spending a key point, my last key point to do the flurry of blows.
Yeah.
11. That's not going to hit. No, carry on.
Right, he's going to try and use his
I'll
great
wait.
sword.
I'll wait to the
13.
miss.
I would say fly
That's
off
also
in
a
another
miss.
direction and then double back round to us because we're just going
Attack
straight
again.
back to
This is with my
Greenhouse.
scythe.
Yeah,
24.
that is a hit.
7 damage.
Defeated.
I'm gonna make sure he goes down to 1 hit point left. I'm
So
not gonna kill him.
No, kill him.
I'm not gonna kill him. Put him down to 1 hit point. Make sure he's bleeding.
Oh, yep, he is.
And then I'm gonna stick my fingers or my claws into his wounds so it causes him a bit of pain.
Oh. So I'm guessing he's prone.
Yeah. And I'm just literally holding him there.
Yeah. As this happens, the purple lady is kind of smiling.
I'm just holding him there.
Yeah, she's kind of smiling. And
Draw an arrow.
the half-dragon, black half-dragon lady approaches very, very calmly. Not very threatening, but still quite commanding.
I'm keeping one eye on him and one eye on her.
And says, for which realm do you come from?
My masters.
Your masters. Whom do you serve?
It's basically just death.
Remember who you're talking to. Whom do you serve? What kind of people are you dealing with?
Death itself.
And
Because that's who you serve.
I
So-
serve my master, Death.
what kind of death? Death takes many forms.
The feathered beakless Death.
And says, and have you reached satisfaction with this pathetic thing underneath you?
He asked a challenge. I gave him a challenge.
So the one that sent you,
No one sent me. My master sent me.
but I thought I heard that you were there to overtake someone?
I didn't overtake someone, no. That someone that he issued the challenge to originally is no more.
You mean dead?
Maybe. Maybe not. He is no more.
Can I speak to the one who speaks through you?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Massive click of the fingers, and some of the guards round up to try and rebuild that tent. Visit my tent the moment it is rebuilt. And as it turns around, sees something that should be here but no longer is.
Are you doing the arrow to him now?
Yes. I am finishing this blue bastard off in the rogue way. Because the paladin way didn't work out last time. So I'm guessing he's still prone.
Yeah, so pro.
So that would be
Sorry.
advantage.
Sorry.
You'll give us away.
We have a cart, and they've got a way to travel before they get to us.
Attack roll
remember,
against
by the
creatures
map.
disadvantage.
So we can be long gone by the
fail.
time. Because basically, I will order you to get him onto the cart. I want to do one thing first, and then we'll go immediately.
Right, since I like this part of the story, I'm going to rule a call this. Okay? So, what I'm going to say is, because obviously you're at a distance, aren't you?
At a distance, firing
yeah.
at someone who's prone, and I'm aiming.
Yeah. Because obviously when the person is prone at a certain distance, it's disadvantage. It's only when you're close up it becomes the advantage.
Okay.
Because obviously they're like
So
a
it
small
cancels
target.
it out.
And so what I'm going to say is, I'll give you a normal roll.
Yeah.
And if you make it, do you wish to use a hero die?
Yes.
I will use one of my 3 left.
Okay then. I'll allow you to make them both, whether it succeeds or fails. So, yeah, but make the hero dice roll. Make the hero dice roll.
So it's 13.
Okay then. Right then. I'm going to say you don't manage to kill him, but you have my permission to screw him up in whatever way you wish.
Oh, he used it. Oh.
Or use the arrow to your advantage against him
Blind him.
in some way.
Straight in the
Screw him up.
eye.
So I can't go. It cuts the jugular, because that would probably kill him.
Yeah, so nothing
Okay,
that
so-
requires a death.
Blind him, because I know he wants a satisfaction of kill.
Because his pride is completely flatlined. And
Hold on.
obviously his
He
reputation.
uses a 2-handed sword to fight with.
Yeah, great sword.
Why don't you shatter his collarbone?
Or
Or straight in the arm?
Straight through
the
Yeah.
wrist.
the top of his right shoulder, presuming he's right-handed.
Yeah.
So straight through the right shoulder, and basically cutting the tendons
Okay.
in. So basically, in this kind of state, the damage is going to be permanent.
Yeah. So what that means is, if ever you engage him in combat again, he'll gain a permanent disadvantage to all attack rolls. So
Though, I will say, because this is rather cool, he is going to carve in the arrow his name.
okay then.
Lucille.
To make it
von
worse,
Rondeneur.
I'm going to say he can no longer use his greatsword. He's got no choice but to use his spear or other one-handed weapon, and that still gives him disadvantage. So his greatsword, his
Is
beloved
useless.
greatsword,
His
is
main
now
way of
useless.
fighting
I'm
is
going
gone.
to whisper in his ear before I leave.
Yeah.
He isn't dead.
I'll come back for you. For my master.
So
You're going
technically,
to say that to the
Dragonborn, the blue dragon.
the blue, yeah.
I
So-
will come back for you for my master. You are marked.
And before you leave, says the black dragon, and he says, I am interested in the possibility of maybe the master of death with our masters, the great queen herself. I'll let you think on it.
I will pick up my mask, I'll pick up my cloak, and bye. I fly off.
You could have just said, I'll be back when your tent is finished.
I'll fly off.
So they'll just be waiting in the tent, just like,
I'll fly off.
damn it, I've been had!
I'll fly off and I'll fly back to where they were.
Fly around.
I'm flying back to where they were originally.
Oh yeah, because after I fired
Because
the arrow...
I didn't know where you moved
Oh
to.
yeah, because we
So I'm going to fly back to where you were.
moved around here.
And then obviously I'm going to go fly back to where we were with the drakes to obviously meet back up with you. But while I'm back there, I will put my robe back on, put my mask back on, get myself all presentable and just sit there.
While after I fired the arrow, carved with his name,
Yeah.
because he did this while they were, doing that as soon as he got back up, just quickly, Lucille von Rondeneur. Just to really salt the wound. So not only has he been humiliated in defeat,
By someone much smaller than he is.
yes, they know he's a big, blowhard, so he's going to lose a ton of respect in the actual cult himself. And that's just adding, the name is just adding to the paranoia of where is he? Why couldn't I kill him? So yeah, we've gotten back onto the cart, and we've got the guy in the cart just lying him down softly. We're gonna book it back to the crevasse.
Right. Okay
Book it
then.
back to greatest.
So you're making your way
I
back?
wouldn't say we go straight to greenest, because that's where they might go next if they're to plan an attack of action. Let me just have a look at a map. Because whereabouts are we on the map? Because
Basically, you're kind of like round about there.
oh yeah, because greenest is there.
Yeah.
I say it's out the way, but we head to Baragost first.
No good. Go back to Greenest.
Because I was just thinking, because they might think, oh, the attack came from greenest. We should
No,
go
we're
back.
going back to Greenest.
Okay.
Okay then.
I'll know where we are.
I will. When I meet back up with you two, I'm going to say. I see you got the prisoner.
Yeah. At this point, I am going to go to
Yes.
cure wounds.
Okay.
So I'm actually using a level 1 spell slot
On.
on, like, healing him. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 2d8, ain't it? Cure wounds at level 1.
Me and Lulu acted like spiders.
So what I'm going to say is that on the journey over, Leosin starts to, because obviously with your healing, things like that, he's still incredibly exhausted, but he starts
I'm
to
also going to give him...
sort of talk a bit more. Some things he starts to say is making a bit more sense than usual.
Yeah, I won't be giving him anything heavy because he's obviously been starved.
Yeah.
So I'm going to basically give him, like, in a sense, cold soup. Of just, like even, like, feeding him just to, like, make sure he's, like, tending to him, basically. And I healed him for, plus my charisma modifier, that is 14.
Okay then. So he's getting a lot better. He's getting much better. And what he's saying is that on the journey over, he's saying the caves, the secrets in the caves. And then he's like...
And Lucille just has a look on his face, just like, and we've probably got to go back, don't we?
And you hear the voice of death speaking to you, ha ha, we know what's in the caves, we know what's in the caves. Ah, yes, it sounds like to me, we may have to go back, but we'll just see how a certain event plays out, yes?
Oh God.
Yes, my
This will
master.
be amusing. And also on the way out, you kind of notice occasionally that you might have thought you saw 3 kobolds, almost like giggling to themselves and say like "Hail the new dragon" and things like that. And
Actually,
but at the distance, they're almost like. But you kind of notice that they don't seem hostile, but they seem like they're your fans.
should we stop and pick them up? Because we could use 3 kobolds. Okay.
But what you do know is that
Like,
they're
deck 'em
obviously
out with
keeping an
actual-
eye on you.
Okay.
You know, making sure that they're not hostile, obviously, but they know.
Yeah,
that
because I was
you can
thinking
press
maybe, like, picking them up, giving them some armour to wear, giving them better weapons. We could use them.
them. Yeah.
We're coming back. We'll probably see them again.
Okay.
Okay. Level up.
Hallelujah!
Milestone.
Hallelujah!
Well
Hallelujah!
So yeah, smell up, level up.
And I think that about does it for this session.
Saucy.
Sauce.
So.
Sorry.
Oh, that was great. We caught that. Anyway, see you in the next part.
Thank you. All the best.